Welcome to my channel, my friend. Do you want to learn English, but feel like you never have enough time? What if I told you that your daily routine already has the power to make you fluent? Stay with me, because today I will show you how every moment of your day can teach you English. Chapter 1. The day I realized time was my teacher. I remember a day when I was sitting in my room, feeling lost with my English books. I had studied grammar. I had read lists of words. I had written notes again and again. But still, when I wanted to speak, my mouth stayed closed. My heart felt heavy. I asked myself, why is English so hard? Why do I spend so much time, but see no result? That day, something inside me whispered. It said, maybe time itself can be your teacher. I stopped. I thought about my life. I had 24 hours every day. Could those hours become my classroom? That simple thought changed everything for me. When I opened my eyes to this truth, my routine became a gift. Morning was no longer just morning. It was a chance to start my day with English. Washing my face was no longer just washing my face. It was a chance to say, I am washing my face in English. Eating breakfast was not just food. It was practice. I am eating bread. I am drinking tea. Every action became a sentence. Every moment became a lesson. My life itself started to teach me, and time became my greatest teacher. At first, it felt strange. I thought, can I really learn this way? But then I remembered children. Children learn by living. They do not sit with grammar rules in the morning. They play. They listen. They speak small words again and again. Slowly, they become fluent. I told myself, I will be like a child again. I will let my life teach me. That decision gave me hope. I began to notice something powerful. I was not waiting for English class anymore. I was not waiting for a teacher to tell me what to do. I was not waiting for the perfect book. My teacher was with me every second. Time was my teacher. Every morning, every afternoon, every evening gave me a chance. The more I used those moments, the faster I grew. It was like small drops of water filling glass. Each drop looked small, but together they made the glass full. This idea made me excited. I was not limited. I was free. I could practice anywhere. I could learn anytime. Even 5 minutes became powerful. Even one small sentence was a victory. My fear started to disappear. I did not need to be perfect. I only needed to use my time wisely. Every step was progress. Every second was gold. I wanted to feel the same, my friend. Maybe you think you have no time to learn English. But look at your day. Do you wake up? That is a moment. Do you brush your teeth? That is a moment. Do you walk to school or work? That is a moment. Each of these small moments is your teacher. Do not waste them. Do not wait for a special time. Your time is already special. Use it, and English will slowly enter your life. The day I realized this, I felt strong again. I was not helpless anymore. I had power. I could control my growth. I could change my future. And you can too. Time is already with you. It is always moving. Let teach you. Let guide you. Let it build your English step by step. If you trust your daily time, your daily life, you will not only learn English, you will live it. And that is when your journey truly begins. Chapter 2. Morning Power. Start with English. Morning is not just the beginning of a day. Morning is the beginning of your mind. It is fresh. It is clear. It is open like a blank page. What you write on that page in the morning can stay with you all day. That is why I learned the secret of using my morning for English. When I wake up, my brain is ready to learn. It is like a soft sponge, waiting to take in new words, new sounds, and new sentences. I remember the first time I decided to start my day with English. I woke up, and instead of looking at my phone or worrying about my day, I said one simple sentence. I whispered, today is a good day. I will speak English. That small sentence gave me power. It gave me hope. It felt like I had already won before the day even began. My heart felt light. My energy was strong. That was the power of starting my morning with English. When you begin your day with English, you do not only practice language, you practice confidence. You tell your brain, this is who I am. I am an English speaker. The brain listens. It believes. It carries that belief with you all day. Even if you forget words, even if you make mistakes, your brain still remembers the message. I speak English. This is why mornings are so important. You do not need hours. You do not need to study for long. Even 5 minutes can make a big change. You can stand in front of a mirror and say, "Good morning. How are you? I am fine today." You can listen to a short audio while brushing your teeth. You can repeat one powerful sentence again and again. The goal is not big. The goal is daily. The goal is consistent. Small steps, each morning grow into big results. At first, I thought I was too busy. I told myself, I have no time in the morning. But then I realized something. I always had time to check messages. I always had time to drink tea. I always had time to think about problems. Why not use that same time for English? That thought changed me. Instead of wasting minutes, I turned them into practice. My tea became my English tea. My walk became my English walk. My first thoughts of the day became my English thoughts. The feeling was amazing. My mornings became my engine. They pushed me forward. They gave me strength for the whole day. I noticed something special. On days when I started with English, I spoke more, I listened more, I felt more confident. On days when I ignored English in the morning, I felt weaker. My progress slowed down. I knew then that morning was the key. My friend, I want you to try this. Tomorrow morning, when you open your eyes, do not wait. Say one sentence in English. Say, I can learn. Say, I will grow. Say, I am ready. Feel the words. Believe the words. Let them stay in your heart. Then carry them with you into the world. This small action can become your strongest habit. It can change how you see yourself. It can change how you live your day. Morning is your gift. Morning is your chance. Do not let it pass without English. Use it. Enjoy it. Fill it with words, with sounds, with dreams. And soon, you will see that every morning is not only the start of a day, it is the start of new you. Chapter 3. Turning daily chores into English lessons. One day I realized something powerful. I do not need to wait for a classroom to learn English. I do not need to wait for a teacher or a perfect book. My home is my classroom. My daily chores are my lessons. Every small activity I do can teach me English if I decide to use it that way. That discovery changed my whole life. Think about your day, my friend. You wake up. You make your bed. You brush your teeth. You prepare food. You wash dishes. You walk outside. These are not boring tasks. They are golden moments. Each one is a chance to speak, to listen, to think in English. When I started doing this, my house became alive with English. My kitchen spoke. My bathroom taught me. Even my shoes gave me words. I remember the first time I tried it. I was making tea. Normally I would do in silence. But that day I decided to speak. I said, I am boiling water. I am making tea. I am pouring it into the cup. At first, it felt strange. But slowly I felt happy. My simple chores were not boring anymore. They were lessons. They were practice. And I felt progress every single day. This practice is powerful because it connects English with your real life. You are not only learning words, you are living them. When you say, I am washing the dishes, your hand in the water, your eyes see the dishes, your brain feels the action. This makes memory strong. The words stay longer in your mind because they are connected with your actions. That is why daily chores are the best free school you'll ever have. You did not need hard vocabulary. You did not need big grammar. You only need simple sentences. Start with I am. Say, I am cooking. I am cleaning. I am walking. I am reading. These small sentences are full of life. They make you feel like an English speaker already. And the more you use them, the more natural they become. At first, I laughed at myself. I thought, why am I talking to my cup, my spoon, my bed? But then I noticed something. I was speaking more English than ever before. My tongue was moving. My mouth was practicing sounds. My brain was not afraid anymore. Slowly, I started to feel more comfortable speaking in front of people. My practice with chores gave me courage in real conversations. The truth is, no one is too busy to learn English. You may not have hours, but you have chores. You'll always cook, clean, or walk. Why not use those minutes? Why not change those tasks into lessons? That way, you do not add stress. You do not need extra time. You just use what you already do. That is the secret. I wanted to try it today. When you clean your room, speak in English. When you wash your hands, say the action. When you prepare food, describe it. Make your daily life your teacher. You will see that English is not far away. It is already with you. It is in your home. It is in your routine. You just need to open your mouth and let it live. The more I practiced this, the more I grew. My chores were no longer small or boring. They became powerful. They became tools for my dream. And every day, I was not just cleaning my home. I was cleaning my fear. I was not just cooking food. I was cooking confidence. That is the gift of turning chores into lessons. And that gift is waiting for you too. Chapter 4. The Secret of Talking to Yourself. One of the biggest secrets I found on my journey was this. You do not need another person to start speaking English. You can begin today with yourself. Talking to yourself is the most simple, powerful, and private practice you can do. It costs nothing. It needs no teacher. It needs no class. Only you, your voice, and your courage. When I discovered this, my English started to grow faster than ever. At first, it felt funny. I looked in the mirror and said, "Hello, how are you today?" Then I answered myself, "I'm fine, thank you." I smiled. It felt strange, but also exciting. I realized something. I had just spoken 2 sentences in English. My tongue had moved. My mouth had made sounds. My brain had listened. That small practice gave me more progress than hours of silent study. The beauty of self-talk is freedom. You can speak anytime. You can speak in the morning when you wake up. You can speak at night before sleep. You can speak in the kitchen, in the shower, or on a walk. You did not have to wait for a teacher or a friend. You are your own partner. You are your own guide. This freedom is powerful because it removes excuses. No one can say, "I have no one to practice with." You always have yourself. When I started talking to myself, my confidence grew. At first, my sentences were small. I am eating. I am walking. I am reading a book. But slowly I added more. I am walking to the shop because I need bread. I am cooking rice, and I will eat with my family. My sentences became longer, stronger, and more natural. The more I practiced, the more English became my daily language. I noticed something else. Talking to myself removed fear. In front of others, I was shy. I was afraid of mistakes. But when I spoke to myself, there was no fear. There was no judgment. I could say anything. I could make mistakes. I could repeat. And the more I did this, the more ready I became for real conversations. My private practice prepared me for the public world. Many people think talking to yourself is strange, but I tell you it is smart. It is what children do. Children talk to themselves when they play. They repeat words again and again. They make their toys speak. That is why they learn so fast. If children can do it, why not us? Talking to yourself is not strange. It is natural. It is learning. It is growth. My friend, I want you to try this today. Stand in front of a mirror. Look into your eyes. Say one sentence in English. Smile. Then answer yourself. Feel the power of your own voice. Do this every day. Start small. Grow slowly. One day, you will notice something beautiful. The voice that once felt shy will now feel strong. The voice that once whispered will now speak with confidence. The secret of self-talk is simple but life-changing. You do not wait for someone else. You do not wait for the perfect moment. You create the moment. You create the practice. You create the confidence. And one day, when you speak to others, they will hear it. They will hear the strength in your voice. They will hear the practice in your words. And you will know the truth. It all started when you had the courage to talk to yourself. Chapter 5. Listening Everywhere. One of the strongest skills in English is listening. Before you speak, you must hear. Before you answer, you must understand. Listening is the door to English. And the best part is, you can open this door every single day, in every place, without limits. I discovered this truth when I decided to make my ears my teachers. I told myself, I will listen everywhere. I will let English fill my ears and my heart. At first, I thought listening was only for classrooms or lessons. I believed I needed a teacher speaking slowly, or an audiobook with perfect grammar. But then I realized something simple. I could listen anywhere. I could listen while cooking. I could listen while walking. I could listen on the bus, while folding clothes. My phone became my teacher. My headphones became my school. And every sound of English became food for my mind. The first time I tried this, I felt different. I was washing dishes, and I played a short English story. At first, I did not understand every word, but I kept listening. I caught one sentence, then another. Slowly, my brain started to recognize sounds. The words felt less strange. The music of English started to become part of me. That small practice made me feel powerful. My home was no longer silent. It was alive with English. The secret of listening everywhere is this. Your brain learns even when you do not notice. You may think you're only half focused. You may think, I am busy, I cannot pay attention to every word. But your brain is still working. It catches rhythm. It remembers sounds. It makes connections. Every time you listen, you plant small seeds in your mind. And one day, those seeds will grow into understanding. I want you to imagine this. You walk to work or school. Instead of scrolling on your phone, you listen to a short English podcast. 10 minutes each day. That is 70 minutes a week. That is hours in a month. Imagine the power of that. Slowly, your ears become used to English. Slowly, your fear of fast speaking disappears. And slowly, you begin to think, I can understand. I can follow. I can do this. Listening everywhere also gives you courage. When I first heard native speakers, I was scared. They spoke fast. They used words I did not know. But the more I listened, the less afraid I became. My ears became stronger. My brain became sharper. I did not need to understand everything. I only needed to keep listening. Over time, my confidence grew. My friend, I want you to turn your world into English sound. Put English in your ears in the morning. Put in your ears while you cook. Put in your ears before sleep. You did not need to wait for the perfect time. You did not need to wait until you are ready. The best time to listen is always now. Remember this. Children learn their first language by listening long before they speak. They hear words again and again. They hear voices around them, and slowly they begin to talk. If listening is enough for children to learn a language, it is enough for you too. Trust your ears. Trust the process. Keep listening everywhere, and soon English will no longer be a stranger. It will be a part of you. Listening is not just practice. It is power. It is courage. It is your daily teacher. Use it everywhere. And watch how your world, step by step, fills with English. Chapter 6. Lunch Break English. There was a time when I believed I needed long hours to improve my English. I thought only serious study sessions could help me. But then I discovered a secret. Even small moments can change your learning. One of the best small moments is your lunch break. You may think it is just time for food and rest. But if you use it wisely, it can also be time for English growth. That truth made a huge difference in my journey. I remember sitting in the office cafeteria, eating my meal. Everyone around me was busy talking, laughing, or checking their phones. I used to do the same. But one day, I decided to try something new. I opened my notebook, and I wrote one simple English sentence about my food. I am eating rice. Then I wrote another. This rice is hot. Then I whispered them to myself. I felt strange, but also proud. In just a few minutes, I had practiced. My lunch break became my classroom. The power of lunch break English is in its simplicity. You do not need to spend an hour. You do not need heavy books. You only need 5 or 10 minutes. Those small minutes can feed your brain as much as food feeds your body. When you do it every day, those small minutes add up. They become hours. They become strength. They become progress. You can use your break in many ways. You can write a short diary sentence about your morning. You can listen to a short English story while eating. You can repeat one phrase again and again. You can even describe your meal in English. This is bread. This is tea. I like it. It is tasty. These sentences may look small, but they are powerful. They connect your English with your real life. I noticed something important when I used my lunch break for English. My energy changed. Instead of feeling tired after eating, I felt motivated. I felt like I was taking care of my dream, even in the middle of a busy day. That gave me confidence. I was not waiting for the evening or the weekend. I was learning now, every day, every lunch break. You may think people will look at you or laugh. But trust me, no one cares. And even if they notice, it does not matter. What matters is your dream. What matters is your progress. Every time you use your lunch break for English, you are choosing growth. You are choosing courage. And one day, the people who laughed will admire you. They will ask, "How did you learn so fast?" And you will know the answer. You used your time. My friend, I want you to try this today. When you sit down for lunch, do not waste the whole break scrolling or gossiping. Give at least 5 minutes to English. Write one sentence. Listen to 1 minute of audio. Repeat one phrase. These drops of practice will fill your cup over time, and soon, you will see how powerful a small break can be. Lunch break English taught me a lesson. Learning does not need big time. It needs small habits. It needs daily practice. It needs your heart. If you give English even a piece of your break, it will give you a lifetime of confidence. So take your next lunch, not only with food. Take it with English too. Chapter 7. Evening Reflection. What did you learn today? Evening is a special time. The day is ending. The noise is slowing down. You are tired, but your heart is still awake. This is the perfect moment to look back and ask yourself one powerful question. What did I learn today? When I started doing this, my English changed. My memory became stronger. My confidence grew. I felt proud of every small step I took. I remember the first night I tried this. I sat on my bed, closed my eyes, and thought about my day. In the morning, I had spoken one sentence in front of the mirror. At lunch, I had written one short diary line. In the afternoon, I had listened to 5 minutes of English audio. Before, I would have forgotten all of this. But when I reflected, I saw the truth. I had learned. I had practiced. I was growing. That night I smiled. I felt hope. Reflection is powerful because it turns small actions into big achievements. Many learners feel they are not improving. They think, I study, but I am still weak. The problem is not their effort. The problem is they do not see their effort. Evening reflection changes that. It shines a light on your progress. It shows you that every small step counts. It reminds you that you're moving forward, even when it feels slow. You can reflect in many ways. You can sit quietly and think. You can write 1 or 2 sentences in a notebook. You can speak to yourself in front of the mirror. Today I learned 3 new words. Today I listened to 1 English story. Today I practiced speaking for 5 minutes. These small reflections create a powerful feeling. They make your brain remember. They make your heart believe. When I started reflecting, I noticed something magical. The words I spoke in the evening stayed in my mind during sleep. The sentences repeated in my dreams. The next morning, they came out more easily. My brain was working even when I was resting. That is the secret of reflection. It does not only remind you of what you learned, it also prepares your brain to grow stronger. Sometimes, I felt disappointed in myself. I thought, I did not do enough today. But reflection taught me another lesson. Even on slow days, even on hard days, I always did something. Maybe I only repeated 1 word. Maybe I only listened for 1 minute. But that was still progress. That was still learning. Reflection showed me that no day is wasted if I give even 1 moment to English. My friend, I want you to try this tonight. Before you sleep, take 2 minutes. Ask yourself, what did I learn today? Say it out loud. Write it down. Feel it in your heart. Do this every evening. You will see how your progress grows. You will see how your confidence grows. And one day, you will look back and realize that these small reflections became your big success. Evening is not only the end of a day, it is the beginning of memory. It is the moment where you celebrate your steps. It is the time where you prepare for tomorrow. Do not let it pass without reflection. Use it, love it, live it, and soon, English will not only be a subject you study, it will be your daily story. Chapter 8. The Mirror Method. Practice confidence daily. I still remember the first time I stood in front of a mirror and spoke English. My heart was beating fast. My hands were shaking a little. I looked into my own eyes and said, "Hello, how are you today?" For a moment, it felt strange. But then something amazing happened. I saw myself speaking English. I heard my own voice in English. And in that moment, I felt stronger. That was the day I discovered the power of the mirror method. The mirror is not just glass. It is your first stage. It is your first audience. It is your best friend in learning English. When you stand in front of a mirror, you see your face, your mouth, your expressions. You hear your own words. This practice makes you brave. It makes you confident. It shows you that you already have the ability to speak. You just need to unlock it. When I began practicing daily with a mirror, I started small. I said, "Good morning. My name is," then I added more. "I am happy today. I am ready to learn." Soon, I was speaking about my day. I went to the shop. I bought apples. I cooked rice. The sentences were simple, but the feeling was powerful. Each time I spoke to my reflection, I was not only practicing words, I was building my confidence. The beauty of the mirror method is that it removes fear. When you speak to people, you may feel shy. You may worry about mistakes. You may fear judgment. But the mirror does not judge. The mirror does not laugh. The mirror does not correct you. It only listens. It only reflects. It only shows you that you're speaking. This safe practice gives you courage. It prepares you for the world outside. I noticed something wonderful after a few weeks. My voice became clearer. My pronunciation became better. My sentences became smoother. The more I practiced in front of the mirror, the more natural English felt. I was no longer afraid to open my mouth. I was no longer worried about how I looked or sounded. I had practiced that every day. I had faced myself, and that made me ready to face others. Sometimes I even had conversations with myself. I asked a question in English. Then I answered it. I acted like two people. It was fun. It was practice. It was learning. And it worked. My confidence grew every day because of those small talks with my reflection. My friend, I wanted to try this. Tomorrow morning, stand in front of a mirror. Look into your own eyes. Smile. Say one sentence in English. Do not worry if it is simple. Do not worry if it is short. To say it. Then, add another sentence. Day by day, you will notice the change. You will see yourself as an English speaker. You will feel proud. You will feel strong. The mirror method is not about perfection. It is about practice. It is about courage. It is about building the belief that you can do it. Every day, let the mirror remind you of your strength. Let it show you your growth. Let it help you prepare for the world. If you do this daily, you will not only learn English, you will build unshakable confidence. And confidence is the key that will open every door for you. Chapter 9. Repetition, the key that unlocks fluency. I once believed that learning English meant always chasing something new. New words, new grammar, new lessons. But no matter how much I learned, I forgot quickly. I felt like I was carrying water in my hands. It slipped away, and I was left with nothing. Then I discovered the secret of repetition. Repetition is not boring. Repetition is power. It is the key that unlocks fluency. Think about a song you love. You did not listen to it only once. You listened again and again. You repeated the words until they stayed in your heart. Now you do not even think. You can sing it easily. That is the power of repetition. The same happens with English. When you repeat, you move knowledge from your head into your heart. It becomes automatic. It becomes yours forever. I remember the first sentence I repeated many times. It was simple. I can do this. I said it in the morning. I said it at lunch. I said it before sleep. At first, it was only words. But after many days, it became a truth inside me. I believed it. I felt it. And not only did my confidence grow, but my English voice grew too. That small repeated sentence became my fuel. The more I repeated, the stronger my memory became. I chose 10 sentences and practiced them daily. How are you? I am fine. Thank you. Where are you from? I am from Pakistan. What is your name? My name is... These sentences looked simple, but they were my foundation. I repeated them until they were natural. When people asked me these questions, my answers came out without fear. That is the gift repetition gave me. Repetition is also the way children learn. A child does not say a word once. They say it 100 times. They repeat it until it feels easy. They copy again and again. And slowly, they become fluent. If repetition works for children, it can work for us too. We only need the patience and courage to do it. At first, repetition may feel boring. You may think, why am I saying the same thing again? But remember this. Your brain learns through practice. Every time you repeat, you make your brain stronger. You build a deeper connection. You create a habit. And one day, you will speak without thinking. That is fluency. Fluency is not knowing thousands of words. Fluency is being able to use what you know again and again with confidence. My friend, I want you to try this today. Choose one sentence. Say it 10 times. Say while walking. Say while eating. Say before sleeping. Tomorrow, choose another sentence. Repeat it again and again. Do this for 1 week, and you will feel the change. Your words will not only be in your mind, they will be in your mouth. They will be ready to come out. Repetition is not weakness. Repetition is strength. It is the secret of every master. Musicians repeat notes. Athletes repeat moves. Speakers repeat words. That is how they become great. And that is how you will become fluent. Repeat with love. Repeat with patience. Repeat with belief. And watch how English slowly becomes your second nature. Chapter 10. Mixing fun with routine. There was a time when English felt heavy for me. It felt like work. It felt like a test. I studied words. I read grammar. I tried to memorize rules. But my heart was not happy. My mind was tired. Then one day, I asked myself a simple question. What if English could be fun? What if I could enjoy the process instead of fearing it? That thought changed everything for me. Learning English does not have to be boring. It does not have to feel like a burden. You can mix fun with your daily routine. You can use the things you love to learn faster. When I discovered this, my routine became lighter. My practice became easier. I looked forward to it every day. It no longer felt like homework. It felt like play. I started with music. I chose one English song I liked. I listened again and again. I sang along, even if my voice was not perfect. At first, I did not understand every word. But slowly, the meaning became clear. The rhythm stayed in my heart. The words flowed naturally. Music made English emotional for me. It made the language alive. Then I moved to movies and stories. I picked simple ones, and I watched them with joy. I laughed at funny scenes. I felt the emotions of the characters. I repeated lines I liked. It was not just practice. It was entertainment. And in the process, I learned new words, new sounds, and new ways of speaking. My brain was learning, but my heart was enjoying. That is the secret of mixing fun with learning. I also use games. Sometimes I played small word games on my phone in English. Sometimes I created fun challenges for myself, like, today I will use this one word 5 times. These little games gave me motivation. They made me curious. They made me smile. And that made the learning stick. The truth is, the brain remembers better when it enjoys. When you feel happy, your mind is open. When you laugh, your memory is stronger. That is why fun is not extra. Fun is essential. It is fuel for your journey. Without fun, you may give up. With fun, you will continue. My friend, I want you to think about what you love. Do you like music? Use it. Do you like movies? Watch them in English. Do you like stories? Read simple ones. Do you like drawing? Write small English words under your pictures. Do you like walking? Listen to English while you walk. Whatever you love, connect it with English. This is how your daily routine becomes not only useful, but also joyful. When I began mixing fun with my routine, I no longer counted the hours. Time passed quickly. I practiced more without even noticing. And slowly, my English became stronger. More importantly, my heart became lighter. I was not only learning a language, I was enjoying life with it. So remember this. English is not punishment. It is not only rules and tasks. It can be laughter. It can be music. It can be play. Mix fun with your routine, and you will not only learn faster, you will also stay motivated. And one day, you will look back and smile, because the journey was not just about study. It was about joy. Chapter 11. Building an English world around you. There was a time when English felt far away from me. I only touched it in class or in a book. Outside of those moments, my life was in my own language. That is why I struggled. I was only meeting English for a few minutes each day. Then I realized something important. If I want English to stay with me, I must bring it closer. I must build an English world around me. That decision changed everything. Your environment shapes your learning. If you only see English sometimes, it will stay weak. But if you see English everywhere, it will grow strong inside you. I started small. I changed my phone settings into English. At first, it felt confusing. Words looked strange. But slowly I understood them. Simple things like settings, messages, gallery became part of my daily memory. I did not study them. I lived them. And I put small notes around my house. On my mirror, I wrote, "I am beautiful." On my fridge, I wrote, "This is food." On my door, I wrote, "Open and close." Every time I saw those notes, I repeated them. My house became my teacher. My wall spoke to me. My objects gave me lessons. English was no longer in a faraway book. It was alive around me. I also filled my world with English sounds. I listened to short audios while cooking. I played English songs while cleaning. I even changed the language on my apps. Everywhere I turned, English was waiting for me. At first, it felt strange. But after some weeks, it became normal. My brain started to accept English as part of my life, not just part of my study. The most powerful change came when I began thinking in English. I looked at my cup and said in my mind, "This is my cup." I looked at the sky and said, "The sky is blue." I looked at myself in the mirror and said, "I am strong." These small thoughts built a new world inside me. Slowly, my brain stopped translating. It started to live in English. Building an English world is not about being perfect. It is about creating constant contact. The more English touches your life, the faster it becomes natural. The secret is to surround yourself so you cannot escape it. And the best part is, you do not need to travel abroad. You can create this world right where you are. Your home, your phone, your daily routine can all speak English if you let them. My friend, I want you to start today. Change one thing. Put one note in your room. Change one setting on your phone. Listen to one song in English. Speak one thought in your mind. Tomorrow, add another. Each small change will build your English world. Each small habit will bring the language closer to your heart. When you live inside English, something beautiful happens. You stop asking, "When will I learn?" Instead, you feel, "I'm already learning." You stop seeing English as a subject. You start seeing it as a part of your life. And that is the moment when real growth begins. So remember, do not wait for English to come to you. Create it. Build it. Surround yourself with it. Let your world shine with English. And soon, you will shine with confidence. Chapter 12. When daily routine becomes lifestyle. In the beginning, English was only a small part of my day. I had to remind myself to practice. I had to push myself to repeat. Some days I was lazy. Some days I forgot. But slowly, something beautiful happened. My daily practice stopped feeling like work. It became part of who I was. It became my lifestyle. And that was the moment my English truly began to grow. When you first start, routine feels like effort. You have to think about it. You have to plan. But with time, it becomes automatic. Just like brushing your teeth, just like drinking water, your English practice becomes natural. You do not ask, "Should I do it?" You simply do it. That is when real transformation begins. I remember waking up one morning and realizing something. Without even thinking, I said, "Good morning," to myself in the mirror. Without effort, I turned on a short English podcast. Without stress, I wrote one small line in my diary. These things used to feel hard. Now they were easy. They were normal. They were my lifestyle. This change gave me peace. I was no longer fighting with myself. I was no longer waiting for motivation. I was simply living in English. My daily routine had grown roots. Those roots gave me strength. They held me steady even on days when I felt tired or busy. My lifestyle carried me forward. The beauty of making English part of your lifestyle is that it never feels heavy again. You do not need extra hours. You do not need to escape your busy life. You only need to live your normal day. but with English included. Cooking, cleaning, walking, working, relaxing. All of these moments hold English inside them. Your language grows quietly, naturally, without pressure. My friend, this is the place I want you to reach. Do not worry if it feels slow now. Do not worry if it feels strange. Every habit takes time. But if you keep going, if you keep using your routine, one day you will look back and see the change. You will see that English is no longer something you practice. It is something you live. When English becomes your lifestyle, confidence comes without effort. Words flow more easily. Sentences feel natural. You are not only learning anymore, you are living as an English speaker. That is the true goal. Not to study forever, but to make the language part of your life. So keep building. Keep practicing. Keep adding English to your day until it belongs to you. The moment it becomes lifestyle, you will never lose it. It will stay with you always. And your dream of fluency will no longer be just a dream. It will be your reality. My friend, now you know the secret. Your daily routine can build your English, your confidence, and your future. Start small. Stay consistent. Believe in yourself. If this video gave you value, like it, comment your daily English habit, and subscribe to Unleash Your English. Together, we grow stronger every day.